Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here with me for the monthly update of the Hedge Invest Newman Credit Fund. The month of March was quite uneventful for us. It was a relatively flat performance. We had positive contribution from pretty much all strategy, merger arb with transactions such as Telecom Italia and then Celgene, Bristol Myers. And on the other side of the corporate stress and distress, with names like Arista, names like Oi Brazil, and KC Dow, all names that actually perform relatively well, both long and short. Financial was pretty good. We've been very involved with the Deutsche Bank Commerzbank merger or rumored merger throughout the capital structure. And at the same time, our position in market neutral on technology and media names have been quite successful. Overall, all the different strategies together produce a positive contribution of around 40 plus basis points. Unfortunately, we lost pretty much the same amount on our macro short positioning, predominantly put option, which we tried to reschedule, extending the maturity between mid-April to mid-May, and related shorts on the fixed income side, especially due related to periphery and Brexit. Our view remains the same. We think on idiosyncratic situation, where there's merger arb, where there's credit stress and distress, there's plenty of opportunities. There's a big repricing coming through, for which central bank stimulus is not going to be making much of a difference. If anything, is going to amplify and compound certain trends, such as mergers and acquisition with very low rates. We think there's going to be plenty of private equity purchases of leverage buyout, of management buyout, and defensive M&A. We think tech winter is in full swing, and low rates is only going to make the capex and the venture capital approach of the Google, the Microsoft, the Amazon of the world even more powerful, more compelling. So on that side, we see the trends that we've been looking at for the last few years getting stronger and stronger, and we think there'll be plenty of opportunity coming up from stress, distress, merger arb, and our market neutral tech approach across the capital structure. At the same time, on the macro side, our view remains the same. The market is addicted on QE. They need a lot more QE than the one that is being provided. And no matter how much we're talking about massive U-turn from the central banks at the moment have been very much U-turning only in towards and not much demand and supply. The Fed is ongoing with their quantitative tightening. The ECB is ongoing with their quantitative tightening. And if anything, that will get worse because of higher supply of government bonds, whether it's because of US and their deficit, or because of Europe and deficit spending and deficit expansion because of lack of growth. So overall, we think the different conditions are getting worse. We think liquidity is getting way worse in the market, and I think we are preparing for another crack similar to December. And like we said before, the market conditions are very fragile. There is no transmission channel. You do not need a Lehman Brothers to create a Lehman Brothers market. And at the same time, you don't need whatever it takes from Draghi to create a massive rally like we've seen for the last couple of months. So we need to be very, very vigilant. Our view remains that in the next couple of months, there will be plenty of idiosyncratic drivers, whether it's the trade negotiation, European elections, Brexit itself. So on that side, we remain very cautious and quite negative. Specifically talking about Brexit, our view remains the same. The end game is becoming more and more likely like elections. We think a Tory party run by Theresa May have a good chance against Corbyn. A Conservative party without Theresa May, but with a new, more Brexiteer-leaning kind of leadership, could actually have lower chances. And we think the Conservative platform will be very much around Brexit, while the Labour Corbyn platform may very much be about spending. And so we think the risk that the market will be priced will be a very different risk from deal, no deal kind of Brexit to a much more, sanguine, Conservative versus Labour, and true Labour versus true Conservative in this case. So we think the risks are very much mispriced. We think liquidity is very, very poor. We think there's going to be plenty of other opportunity going forward on the macro side, and so we remain very cautious. We think it's a great year in terms of opportunity from that point of view. At the same time, like I said before, the fundamental, structural, secular trends that we see, whether it's technological winter, whether it's the overinvestment of capacity, whether it's defensive M&A, they all ongoing, and if anything, have been accelerated by the low rates environment that we see, and we think we see plenty of opportunity there. One interesting note on that is that credit is a big iceberg which is slowly starting to melt, whether it's the buyer, credit for swap blowing out because there are issues with Monsanto, bad M&A deal, or whether it is a lot of stress and distressed names and a yield being under pressure, the credit is repricing. And we keep on thinking and we believe that the next crisis will be, once again, a credit crunch and a credit crisis compounded by the very much overinvestment, overcapacity coming from technology among the very big leverage accumulated the last 10 years. With this, I thank you, and I hope to update you very soon for the month. Thank you very much.